Jamaican football news, family. Let's go to discuss Jamaican football in our Yawd Ballers report. On top of the Jamaican football news report, Junior, an article in The Guardian by Matthew Hall. I don't know how name Matthew, but claims that Jamaica FA falsely claims women team coach was cleared of alleged sexual misconduct. Of course, Jamaica's women's coach is Hubert Busby, was accused of making sexual advances and such and such. Big up to Yardy Ball on X. Yardy Ball on X. I'm going to drop Yardy Ball link in a second here for bringing the story to our attention when it broke. Junior, Dennis Chung of the JFF replied to this. Well, first of all, before you get to Dennis Chung reply, do you have anything to say about this article? The pretty much bottom line is that JFF said that he was cleared by FIFA Ethics Committee. FIFA said he wasn't cleared. The statute of limitation expired, and so the investigation closed. But FIFA allegedly did not interview Mallory Enoch, who was one of the major accusers, or one of the accusers in this case for me. The floor is yours.
Floor is mine. I said at the time, you want come on, those are the views that Jordan would have said that. It was too soon. Like, no, you should have never hired him. I said it at the time. Like, no. Simple, no. It's way too soon. And when you read the report now and see what is happening and statute of limitations passed and FIFA did the First of all, why the hell FIFA need to interview the accuser? That's the first question. Why the hell you want?
It's a Freedom of Information Act. I mean, Matthew has been. Well, maybe there is a FOIA request. Matthew has been working on the story, and he brought light because the JFF put out a press release saying that he was cleared. So clearly, he's been on the job for quite a while. So clearly, Matthew has been gathering information. And part of his gathering information is reaching out to FIFA, and FIFA under certain legal requirements to honor some of those freedom of information or those media requests to release information.
No, this is not on FIFA. This is not, look, you have criminal investigation, then you have moral statutes. I mean, I only have 20 minutes. So I'm going to say it real quick. He got away from being tried. I have to choose my words wisely. We don't know
he got away from the criminal charge. Is that what, from being charged in a criminal
No, because I don't want to imply that he's guilty.
Okay, all right. Okay.
So we don't know really what happened, right? He very well could be innocent. The girl could be jealous and try to sink him, right? And it's a strong possibility. So we can't really go down that line. But he also could be guilty.
Yes.
He got away from that, and luckily, somehow the case statute of limitations, which still don't make any sense to me, because how Bill Cosby go prison?
No, so but this is FIFA's code of ethics now. This because FIFA. No, but yeah, bring it. That Bill Cosby's American law, and that's a for them own thing. FIFA has these limitations on, and according to the Court of Arbitration for Sports, you also have a time frame, a time stamp. It's just like the same thing with Man City and some of these allegations when Man City got convicted and they got tossed out because of time bar. So this case is, I think there's a parallel there where the statute of limitation expired, but according to the FIFA Ethics Committee, is that them never interview one of the accuser, which is fishy.
You don't need to, no. And at some point, that's a whole different show, but at some point, make criminal court take it up. And if you get through criminal court and nothing happened, fine, we move on.
No, you can't do that, Junior. You can't do that. The burden of proof in criminal court is higher. The standard in criminal court is much higher. You as an organization, FIFA, have to protect, because we don't know FIFA not necessarily doing a good job of protecting. But you are also, as an organization, FIFA, have a responsibility to, for lack of a better word, protect the people within the umbrella of FIFA. And if you have a brother who is a predator, allegedly, maybe predator is a too strong a word, I should not use it, who's accused of these crimes, just like the Zambia coach get accused of similar crimes, or these things. It may not rise to the level in a criminal court to convict, but
it will.
But FIFA say, yeah, you can't have a woman them up looking at them window and see what them address and do all these things and I try and mash words. No, you can't coach. And I think that's what it comes down to for FIFA. It's like, if FIFA, because most importantly, FIFA's Bugsby gave JFF a letter saying that he was cleared because FIFA sent him a letter that the statute of limitation expired and it's closed. So he gave JFF a letter, then which subsequently green light his hiring, rehiring, so to speak.
It is a gray area better because I agree with you. And that's where I was going. I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. The thing though is, why it's a gray area for me is when you FIFA come in and try to litigate something that has legal ramifications, right? Because FIFA is in the clear by saying, look, it's outside the statute of limitations, so I don't have nothing to do with it, but done, right? I have my statute of limitations. If it's 3 years, it's 3 years. It passed 3 years, I have nothing to do with it. No. If the accusers can bring it in the courts and they litigate that in court, well, guess what now, Busby? And you get found guilty of something, well, guess what now? You just restarted the clock on my statute of limitations because now you are convicted of X. Whether it is assault, whether it's battery, whatever it is, it could even be the smallest thing. Now we have to revisit this. I don't need to interview the accuser. She's gone through that trauma. Why would I bring accuser to that trauma again when I am not a legal entity? Because if I go interview this accuser and she go back through this traumatic experience, well, hear what? FIFA, you have an office in this. Let's say this accuser live in Cleveland, Ohio. FIFA have an office in Cleveland, Ohio. So guess what? You are now liable for damages for her going back to that trauma. I am suing your Cleveland office, and you have to come to Cleveland, come answer these charges. Don't get involved with it, FIFA. Stay out of it. Make the courts deal with it, and I would deal with it afterwards. Where Jamaica is concerned, they should have never hired him.
But the problem is, if you let it go that route, if you stay out of it and let the legal route run its course, then you run the risk of the same civil litigation. All right, you see how what's the former attorney general, what's her name? Whatever her name is, I keep forgetting. That really went after FIFA for corruption and bribery and all them things there. Right. All it takes is for another attorney general in a jurisdiction to say, okay, FIFA, we're going after you for not protecting players because you have this brother who is guilty of all these things. Plus, if you get convicted in a criminal court, there'll be more evidence. And then FIFA now, the entity now have to say, boy, does this jeopardize my operation ability in this country, in this jurisdiction?
You run the risk either way. Either way, you're running a risk. Because if you go through and say that he is guilty or run him away, and the courts find him innocent, he's coming back and sue FIFA.
Fair enough. But you don't make a call. if you
That's what I'm saying. Stay out of it.
no, but the thing is that if you still have a responsibility as an organizer, it's just like at work. If there is an accusation or allegation in this aspect, your employer still have a responsibility. In fact, ball chat have a responsibility to investigate if one of we get accused internally of harassing Miss Producer on a corner. All right? No, because ball chat entity knows that it cannot fall apart because one of us try mash works. And FIFA is in the same light. It's in the same responsibility. You can't ignore it. Now, what I will say is that FIFA dropped the ball with not interviewing the one of the major accuser, the person who submit the allegations. And then you say, we never have enough evidence. Well, that don't make no sense. How you not talk to the person who submit the request?
I don't think it's their place. But BM says, I'm going to be that guy. Is it possible the Busby hire was deliberate by the JFF? Take into consideration the rocky history with the JFF and the Reggae Girls.
All right. BM gonna be that guy. Okay. Dennis Strong, when confronted about this story, Dennis Strong, General Secretary of the JFF, was very, said Dennis Strong kind of have a look of kind of mannerism about him, some feisty mannerism, Jamaican feisty mannerism. Like, pretty much say, it's a wish hunt. This is probably the most widely used phrase in addition with the political landscape here in the U.S. Dennis Strong said this is a witch hunt. He says, how comes you think we are idiot? We are going to do with due diligence. We're not going to hire no man like that. We're going to do with due diligence. Junior, just to make sure I kind of convey Mr. Chong's statement accurately, he said, do you think that the JFF, which is the organization that dismissed Busby when the allegation was made, wouldn't have done our due diligence? The technical committee received information to say that the investigation has closed and there was nothing based on the information that they had. There was nothing to support what was alleged. The letter had stated that FIFA closed the investigation based on the information available. They never referred to any statute of limitations, as the article said. In addition to that, there was an email that Busby forwarded from FIFA stating that he could share with us for employment purposes. End quote, General Secretary Mr. Dennis Chong. JFF.
Whatever. We watch the space because I feel some legal litigations is coming down. But BM says the Busby hire made absolutely no sense. Those are some serious allegations. Then the JFF lied about doing their due diligence, which is in direct counter to what Chung just said. I mean, the question here is, and big up to Dennis Chung, big up to Mr. Dennis Chung, an established businessman in Jamaica, so no disrespect. But how many chances will he get? How many mistakes have he, quote unquote, made this year? Or how many questionable things have come from his desk this year? And how many more will he be allowed before somebody say, you know what? Come back and clean up this. How many more?
Chung wrapped up and said, not because an allegation is made means you're going to hold it against a man for the rest of his life. Allegations are made against politicians all over, and they are still in positions of authority. You can't, because an allegation is made against a man, hold it against him, and there's nothing to prove that it happened, end quote. Junior, that don't sound good. Yo, Dennis Chung, that don't sound good, brother.
But it's typical, Benton. And
Dennis Chung, that don't sound good.
Majority of our listeners, the demographic of our listeners are primarily Jamaican males between the age of 25 and 40, right? So I'm going to risk pissing them off and losing them. But what Chung said is the typical Jamaican male rhetoric in our society. And he need to understand that.
Yeah, but it's just a male rhetoric, period. It's not a Jamaica.
But our country and a lot of Caribbean countries, a lot of third world countries have no problem wearing that rhetoric on their sleeves. He might as well just say, yo, the man is a man, I would trust him.
Yeah,
And he
so
could
you
and
can't tell
also
man, brother.
and also he could also say that I think he might have American citizenship. Tuesday him vote for Trump. That's what him saying.
Because the witch hunt.
Because it's a witch hunt, and sometimes it's the people in power have some serious allegations that is able to go on. And we're going to trust it? Come on, man. Is in this political time, read the room, brother. Read the room. And know that when you speak. No.
Dennis Strong said, quote, just to wrap this up, Dennis Strong said, quote, Chung rubbished the article from The Guardian, and this is Sportsmark's, give credit to the, Sheridan Cowan is the journalist for Sportsmark who did the story. Big up yourself, Sheridan. Chung said that, quote, does this make sense? If she is the one that made these allegations, do you think FIFA wouldn't interview her? So what it is a wish hunt that they're on. It's almost as if they're saying he is still guilty even though the investigation is closed, and that is totally ridiculous. I don't understand what it is about, Chung also said, but there is obviously something behind it, because the letter never said the investigation was closed based on the statute of limitations. It said the investigation was closed based on the information they had, end quote. General Secretary, Mr. Dennis Chung. Junior, your final word on this from the big up Dwayne, big up you that Wayne, big up yourself, family. Bless up, bless up.
Jamaican reporters need to do better. When you get a quote like that, put yourself on record to the next question. Mr. Chung, can we see the letter? Can we see the letter? I'll leave it at that. And we will redact some things on there if you want, but can we see the letter?
So just want to repeat this. He says, quote, does that make sense? If she is the one that made the allegations, do you think FIFA wouldn't interview her? So what it is, it's a wish hunt. They are on. It's almost as if they're saying he's still guilty even though the investigation is closed. Quote, General Secretary, Mr. Dennis Chung. Junior, your final word on this from the big up Dwayne, big up you that Wayne, big up yourself, family. Bless up, bless up.
Jamaican reporters need to do better. When you get a quote like that, put yourself on record to the next question. Mr. Chung, can we see the letter? Can we see the letter? I'll leave it at that. And we will redact some things on there if you want, but can we see the letter?
So I just want to repeat this. He says, quote, does that make sense? If she is the one that made the allegations, do you think FIFA wouldn't interview her? So what it is, it's a wish hunt. They are on. It's almost as if they're saying he's still guilty even though the investigation is closed. That is ridiculous. Boy, Mr. Chung sound like Mr. Busby lawyer. Absolutely.
Mr. Busby sound like he's the world's greatest coach and somebody is bad-minding him because he's now taking over a juggernaut team that's about to win the next World Cup. And somebody don't want Jamaica, this juggernaut, to rival their country. Come on, man.
All right, continue our Yawd Ballers report. Final statement on that, family, before we take over.
I hate that. I'm done.
Continuing our Yawd Ballers report, and information brought to you by Yardy Ball. Big up yourself, Yardy Ball. Check out Yardy Ball on X at Yardy Ball. Follow Yardy Ball. Excellent source for Jamaican women's football. It doesn't matter where Jamaican women play ball, Yardy Ball is on top of it. Check it out, Yardy Ball. Yardy Ball brought us that Jody Brown opened her scoring at Benfica family. Big, 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 big.
Yeah.
Bunny
And
Shaw.
our debut, our debut, our first game, and
Yeah.
she scored. So that's good.
Yeah, Bunny Shaw also scored. Reggae Girls forward Natasha Thomas scored 5 goals today for Ipswich. We're not going to really get carried away with the 5 because I Bush League that. But Natasha Thomas, big up yourself, and Lexley Lloyd Smith gets goal for Bristol City. So, Yawd ball at Yawd ball, wall-to-wall coverage of Jamaican women's football. Doesn't matter where they play. Yawd ball is on top of it. Big up, big up, big up, big up family. Wonderful work. Wonderful work. Junior, we have to touch Jamaican Premier League before we take ourselves. I was about to mention Jamaican schoolboy football, but since Mannings got eliminated from the schoolboy competition, we're not gonna really. I'm not in any sort of eagerness to discuss schoolboy football.
Yadala asked if Mason Green would start out for Reggae Boys yet. No. At the rate that Mason Greenwood is scoring right now, I think 7 goals in 10 games, he won't.
Well, the last report on the Mason Greenwood situation was that he wanted to have a discussion with Thomas Tuchel, right, Junior?
Yeah.
Before making, that was the last I heard of it.
He's not.
So we don't know. Dunbeholden, Jamaican Premier League, Dunbeholden defeated Chapeltown 2-0. Harbourview 3-1 over Racing. Arnett Gardens, Junglist defeated Humber Lion 2-1. Portmore fix up Molynes 4-0. Cavaliers down 2-0. Big up to Cavaliers there in the Caribbean Cup final. They will play Sebeco in the Caribbean Cup final. So, Rudolph Speed and Cavalier looking to secure that Caribbean Cup title. They're trailing Tivoli now, though, in the Jamaican Premier League. Portmore sits on top of the Premier League. Molynes down at bottom. Mount Pleasant is in 4th place, which is a bit strange. But, Junior, your thoughts on Jamaican Premier League?
Portmore for sure. But I'm looking for Vere United. Big up Waterhouse. Big up to the Waterhouse family as well. The 2 points off the top. And big up on in the football group on Facebook. The Waterhouse social media account is very active, and I love what they're doing and in terms of giving out player profiles, giving out coaches information. So big up Waterhouse doing it right on and off the field.
Yeah, Waterhouse fully loaded. Big up yourself, Firehouse. Big up yourself. Junior, before we take ourselves, we and says, so in other words, England rally back, so him now better forward.
Yeah, if England, if can play for England, I'll play for England.
Yeah. Let's see. BM says I've been saying it's since a wait and see situation with Greenwood. The England door was never permanently closed. Yet Mason will always feel he has a chance if he's playing well at his club. Yeah, BM has been saying definitely a wait and see situation. Junior, Doncaster Cup football, just want to highlight Clarendon College. Dominance of the Doncaster Cup will come to an end. They were eliminated by Cornwall College. Junior, I mean, Teacher Hyde looked like him get too preoccupied with Phoenix Veer work. But I mean, what a stellar run, though. I mean, and I do expect Clarendon College to be back next year.
Yeah, and we have to remember, schoolboy football is a 2-3 year window for a good team. Probably even 2 years, max, on average. You're not going to have a football team and be able to have a factory. That means you'll have to have a certain level of talent or a certain level of talent potential coming to your school consistently for you to be this successful. So, anytime you see that one, you just hats off to Lenny Hyde, a great developer of talent. He has proven himself. Hats off to Burtis Bell, to Yesu got a Manning Cup. See if they come to Manning Cup, to Georges. The Georges get the head kick off from Mona. Does that mean the Georges done? No, it's just that the talent right now is just not a good mix.
Yo, and also one shout out, big up to the family over at JamaicanSchoolboyFootball.com or SchoolboyFootball.com. Probably the best site on the web for wall-to-wall coverage of Jamaica. Well, not probably, it's the best site on the web for wall-to-wall coverage of Jamaican schoolboy football. Schoolboyfootball.com is the site. And Military Guna Sports or MG Sports TV on YouTube. And for wall-to-wall coverage of schoolboy football. They do a great job. And Esther, what's Esther channel? I don't remember what Esther Campbell also on YouTube with some of the streams. Check out those content. The quarterfinals for Manning Cup, Group A, Jamaica College, Kingston College, Mona, Tivoli Gardens in Group A. Group B, Campion, Excelsior, Heidel, and St. Catherine in Group B. Quarterfinals of the Manning Cup. Top two teams will advance to the semi-final. Excelsior might be looking good, but as we said, Mona is impressive. It's absolutely.
They're the standard bearer now. They are. Huh? They really are. They are the standard bearer now.
They're standard. And also one shout out, speaking of Excelsior, I want to give a shout out to Dr. Gregory's interview, Dr. Gregory Horton interview with Walter Blacker Pearl Boyd. Check out that interview on YouTube. Very, very insightful discussion with Walter Boyd. I mean, about his upbringing and what drew him to the game. So, check it out on YouTube.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Junior. Go ahead.
No, we need for this something about Arden Aya. Maybe can coach his side.
Over in the Doncaster Cup, the quarterfinals, teams are Group A, Froome, big up Froome, big up yourself. Froome, Glenmuir, McGrath, and Stets. Boy, who did I complain? A Manchester principal junior complained last week about favorable.
Was it Manchester or Stets?
I think it was Manchester High Principal because Wellington is the principal at Stets. So he was, I think the complaint was that Stets was getting favorable schedule.
Yeah, they were getting favorable schedules, yeah.
Over in Group B, Central, Garvey Massey, Monroe College, and Ocho Rios. By the way, big up to Central for advancing to the quarterfinal. Which part is that school there? Central. Anybody know a Central school there?
That's a Central Village.
No, but that Central Village are playing a Manning Cup, right? It's
we know.
Yeah. So, watch the space for upcoming action in schoolboy football. Again, Doncaster Cup, Group A, quarterfinal groups, Froome Tech, Glenmuir, McGrath, Stets.
In Maypen. Central High School is in Maypen.
It's in Maypen. Oh, okay, respect.
That's a playpen.
Okay, well. And in Group B, Central, Garvey Massey, Monroe College. Cornwall College and Coach Tapper Whitmore did not make it, so now Tapper Whitmore have time for Coach focus on his day job at Mount Pleasant.
And BM says time flies. Remember a couple years ago, we were all talking about this kid Whisper destroying the Manning Cup.
Yeah, BM always we wake up answers in the week. But watch the space. Good. So someone run a joke one day. I was watching Stats versus Kingston College, and someone said Stats coming like Arsenal at the Manning Cup. Every year them a roll ball and can't win a trophy. No, but I think Stats did win the Manning Cup recently, so I think that probably not fair to Stats to equate them with Arsenal. Yeah, so.
Enough stone you threw a while ago. There's a lot of
No, it's
stone.
not me throw the stone, you know. It's someone light a fire because the game between Kingston College and Stats was an entertaining football game. And someone I stand say, yo, every year Stats a play a ball and them now win nothing. Them coming like us now. And Stats typically does have a pretty good group of players. I mean, you know, we know some of the youth them who come through there and them really talented youth them, you know, talented ballers them. All right, that's it. Any comments you want to highlight before we go on with Yawd, family?
We'll catch up with the comments, I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh, BM did say Jamaica not going back to another World Cup. Busby is definitely no Lauren Donaldson. And he also tried to clarify his Martinez statement by saying Martinez is a big baller. Without him, Argentina wouldn't have won the Copa. Also, he was a top scorer in Syria and Inter won when Inter won the league.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually, yep. He was very integral in the Copa America victory. Very integral. Before we go, as promised, Junior, Dwight York will step away from Jamaican football. Just want to get your thoughts on Dwight York's appointment as the man in charge of Trinidad football. We need Soca Warriors back to their level, just like the Reggae Boys. We need all these teams clicking in the Caribbean full tilt like 90s dancehall.
But that's a legacy hire though. That's a legacy hire. I don't know Dwight York to be any big time coach. He's a legacy baller. He's a legendary baller. But show me his coaching staff first. Then we can talk. Because until then the jury is out. Is that him going to play?
He was coaching in Australia.
Who cares? The man is there's no it doesn't translate easily.
He
and
was
not because
coaching in Australia.
It don't matter.
Because I think both yes, MacArthur. Yeah, in Australia. He did 1 year with MacArthur in Australia. Because I remember Russell Latapy when we were lining up that reasoning with Russell Latapy. He said he wanted to do it, but he was it was moving to Australia. Some foolish. But yeah, man, he did won some football games, Junior, 52% winning. I think they had a falling out with him on the coach, the ownership at MacArthur. So that's why he left the role. And that's the coaching job. MacArthur, no, Trinidad and Tobago. But what does Trinidad and Tobago really need? Come on. I mean, where it's going to hire Steve McLaren?
We will see. But I remember, a couple years ago, we were the number one podcast in
Trinidad. Yes, not anymore. We need to retake with you. Big up to the entire Soca Warrior massive. Big up Trinity to the board.
Big up to the Trinity people. People are real thinking, we were awarded the number one football podcast in Trinidad.
Number one show. Big up to Lasana, Libert, and Wired 868 News Media down there. News outlet down in Trinidad and Tobago, the part of the family. And big up to Kelvin Jack, wherever you were at Trinidad and Tobago's World Cup goalkeeper. Back we did that interview with him way back. So yeah, man.
He's a member of the show. So
yeah, man. Big up Kelvin.
With me saying that, I'm saying it with nothing but love in my heart for Trinidad.
Yeah.
I'm not that excited about this hire.
Let's see. I mean, it's a name. It will hopefully put some fans in the stands, and bring some, maybe some commercial investments.
Yes.
Maybe Dwight York can flex his muscle and bring some money to the program. And I mean, at the bottom line is that for Caribbean football to excel, you need Caribbean teams going full tilt against each other. We need Trinidad and Tobago back. So when Trinidad and Tobago can play Jamaica, it's another battle royale. I mean, this is how you kind of prepare and help each other to push up against the upper echelon to the teams in CONCACAF.
Yes. I agree.
All right. Football family, that's it for this week's show. Just like PTI, We'll try and do a better job next week. Right, Junior? You can connect with us at Instagram at BallChat Podcast. We're on X at BallChat1. Facebook and BallChat. You can email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. On TikTok, we're at BallChat_podcast. Yo, gone a road, no family. Well, tell BM to listen to the whole Lauren Donaldson interview. Hey, BM, when you listen to the whole Lauren Donaldson interview, then we'll get part 2. But yes, we need to circle back with Lauren, but we don't really want to salt him up right now because he's focusing on the season. Monumental achievement. Take with this Chicago red stripe. Just like Chicago Stripes or Chicago, whatever they want. Yeah, we're going on the road now, family.